Here's the setup for Smartsign. I'm just going to give you an overview of the whole system. We have the hardware here, which is connected to the transformer, and which in turn is connected to all these LEDs. So we are going to set up this hardware to the system. Here's the web panel which we can log in. So there will be two types of users. First we'll log into the admin user. This is basically the dashboard for the admin. Here you can see the number of users registered, number of signages with the system, and technicians registered with the system, and a bit of analytics. And I'll go straight away to the user section where we can add a new user. Let's see. So I'm just going to add in, say, Ryan Fraser. Ryan@gmail.com. Business name is Smartsign. Same email. Phone number and dummy address for now. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have entered the user. So the user is added. Now I'll log out from the admin panel and log in as a user of the system. So this is basically the company. Ryan@gmail.com. And let's see. So here you can see company-wide information, the signages that are with the company, whatever scheduling you have set up, number of technicians under the company, and the falls, and some analytics. So I will first of all go and set up a signage. Signage name, let's do Smartsign. Address, let's do the system just for now. As you can see, a key is generated for it automatically, and it shows all the information here. We can now set up a technician who will be able to set up this hardware. So basically, whoever is assigned this hardware or is part of this group as technician would only be able to access the hardware. I'm Ryan again. Ryan. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's submit. Okay, so the technician is added. Now for setting up the hardware, we have an app, Android app, where you can log in as a technician. So we've just created the technician Ryan. Let's log in with his credentials. We need to enter the Smartsign ID. So as you remember, once we created this signage, an ID was assigned to it through the system. So let's see what that ID is. Here you can see the ID. So let's just copy that ID here. This is the 2020 6016. Oops. So as you can see, it can identify that there is a Smartsign ID created. It identifies the location, just confirming if that's the location so that you have not entered any information by mistake. I'll go and say yes. So as you can see, I've added the credentials here. And now just basically what we are doing is we are passing on these credentials to this particular hardware while we add this transformer. As you can see, I'm connected to that particular network right now. I'm going to add that transformer now. Here it says there are no transformers available. Of course, this is the first one that we're adding. I'm going to try and connect to it. What it says is I need to go to the settings and try to search for that particular transformer. Here I'm going to activate the network router or the connection so that I can see the hardware. Here I can see the hardware now. As you can see, it's blinking right now. I'm going to go ahead and connect to it. Now it says it's connected and you can see the light becomes solid now. I'll go back. As you can see, it identified whatever the smart URL was. This is the URL that you need to connect to, the Wi-Fi credentials, whatever this hardware ID is, transformer ID that is automatically generated. Now you can feed in the ampere and select the voltage and hit submit, and the data is submitted. I'll just go ahead and check my connection here. Okay, it's connected back to the network, and here I can add as many transformers as I want, as much I want. They are stored locally on the phone itself. Once I hit sync, all of these details would be synced to the cloud, that is to our web panel. Now it's synced, and as you can see, 3 lights are connected. This is for Wi-Fi. You have good connection. This is the internet connection that you have, it's solid, and this is for power. So our device is online now. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We're just going to switch on and hopefully it does. So as you can see, it's switched on right now. I'm going to go into the signage and try to set up the dimmer. Let it load here. As you can see, it's 100% right now. I will try and bring it to perhaps 20% and submit. As you can see, it's reflected right away. And I'll switch it off. Switch it on again. Try and go back. Bring back the dimmer intensity to full again, submit, and there you have it. So now for the faults, we are going to manually try and induce a fault. I'm just going to manually go ahead and switch off the lights. And now we are reading every few seconds if there is power available to the lights and the transformer, which right now is not. So the system would automatically be reading it, and once identified, it will send that data to the admin panel and also generate an email to the user. Okay, so a minute is done. Let's check for faults now. As you can see, a fault is generated, and I have also received an email for the same. Let's check the emails. Here you go. That's it, thanks.